Welcome in KSL Sports Rewind, our best of 4A video. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Awesome to have Jeff Hansen here with us as we run through 4A. We know Jeff has a lot of family connections, northern, southern. I mean, he's got his 4A down. Cannot wait to hear, Jeff, your best of 4A from week 6.
Well, I think the best of 4A could have been the best of 5A, 6A, best of the NFL. We had an all-time game in Hiram, second week in a row that the Mountain Crest has had a game come down to the wire. We're going to fast forward to the fourth quarter. Mountain Crest and Stansbury, they kind of trade blows. It's kind of quiet throughout really 3.5 quarters. And then the last 4 minutes of the game, everybody decided to win the game on every play. I mean, it was crazy. Braden Larson scores with 3 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game. He's able to rush it into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is no good after the touchdown.
That's noteworthy. That is noteworthy. Yep.
That's going to be a big deal here in about 3 minutes. Stansbury, they come back. Brighton Rutzel finds Boston Rowley for an 80-yard touchdown pass on the next offensive play. Doesn't waste any time having the equalizer. Stansbury, they convert on the PAT, so they go ahead. So now there's 3 minutes left to play. Mountain Crest has got to find a way to score. So what do? Larson finds Brady Muir for a 70-yard touchdown with just about 2 minutes left on the clock. The conversion, they have to go for 2 at this point.
Well, so the score is 26-21 Mountain Crest.
Yeah. Yep. They have to go for 2 at this point. It's no good again. Braden Larson gets stuffed. He's unable to get in. So it's 26-21. You're still feeling okay, right? You still feel pretty good. Stansbury goes 80 yards in 2 minutes and 6 seconds, and they get into the end zone for the win. Dane, on that play, remember last week, Mountain Crest is going up against Skyview. There was a play on the sideline that it looked like Mountain Crest had a stop, but the refs ruled the receiver in. This drive, they get a 4th down stop, but there's a flag away from the ball that extends the drive for Stansbury, and the Stallions end up taking it into the end zone. Look, Mountain Crest, they're 0-2 in the last 2 weeks, but they could have just as easily, we're talking inches, that they are 2-0 in the last 2 weeks with big wins over Skyview and Stansbury. But as it is, Stansbury, they get a big win. Brighton Rutzel does his thing. Lincoln Rutzel is the one who punches it into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. The Stallions are for real. That's a tough road trip to go from Stansbury up to Hiram. That takes a long time. Hiram's a great place to take in a high school football game. Great environment. They love their Mustangs. Boy, what a game and what a win for Stansbury in that one.
And important to note, at least I think important to note, Mountain Crest, their first touchdown of the night, they missed the PAT. Their second touchdown, they went for 2 and converted it to get to 14. Not quite certain if, coach's decision or what was happening there, health or whatnot, but you kind of have a feel, okay, miss one early. And again, if there's an injury or something else going on, from that point on, they're going for 2. So it felt like, maybe don't feel like there's a lot of options there for whatever reason, but certainly plays an impact in that game. Fantastic game. Stansbury, man, what a win. And you feel for Mountain Crest, right? Because back-to-back weeks where similar outcome late. That was a great one, Jeff. I'm not going to lie, that was going to be where I started if you didn't, because it was probably the best game in 4A. Let me take you to one that this one was a bit of a head scratcher. We've talked about East this year. New coach, Coach Tukuafu, trying to get that program kind of going. It was tough out of the gate for East. I think they only had like 7 offensive points through the first 5 weeks. Forget about that, folks. East found their offense on Friday night. They were taking on Murray, and Murray's been really good this year. They were 4-1 coming into that game. They got votes in our top 25 last week. People are feeling good with Murray. East felt good too. How about Dry Reese? 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Man, he went off as East was super impressive. 57-42. And again, it's like, where did this come from for the East Leopards? But man, impressive game for Drew and the East offense as they run, pass, they did it all past Murray and got their first win of the year. And their first region win in Region 10 East looked awfully good Friday night.
Yeah, good for Coach Joe Tukuafu, takes over for Coach Matic. Joe Tukuafu, my gosh, when you try to put those words together, it's hard to say. Joe Tukuafu, he played at East. I mean, he knows the history and the prestige that program has. Good for him to see to see him get his first win of the year. Dane, I want to go down
real quickly before we leave that one. I got to throw this one out there. East and Murray combined, they had 6 touchdowns combined over 50 yards. Big play night for those two offenses. But again, Drew Reese has 5 total touchdowns. The difference in that one.
I want to go down south to a big game that was kind of off the beaten path that I don't think anybody had it circled for being a big game. But Snow Canyon and Pineview, these are 2 really good teams that are vying for that region championship, vying to compete with Crimson. They face off, and it's a really good game. Pineview takes a halftime lead. They're up 21-14 at halftime. The second half, it was all Warriors. Parker Olson, he runs for 2 scores. He throws for 2 scores. Dane, his line at the end of the night, my gosh, 28 of 33 for 333 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, I don't know what more you can ask for out of your quarterback. What an incredible performance. And he's been getting better each week. Snow Canyon is sitting there 5-1. I mean, they're not taking a backseat to anybody right now. They look really good, and when Parker Olson is completing 85% of his passes, they're going to be able to compete with anybody in 4A. That was a really strong performance.
Well, and we'll see, because you know who they have this week? Crimson Cliffs. So we're going to see the top 2 teams in that region go head-to-head Friday night, but they're playing really good football right now. How about Timpanogos and Uinta? This is a region game in Region 8. And Uinta, look, the record isn't going to blow anyone away, but man, they went toe-to-toe with Timpanogos in this game early on. They actually led after the first quarter before Timpanogos just opened this game up. They had a 35-8 second quarter, the T-Wolves did. Andrew Hillstead had 5 passing touchdowns. Tristan Fa'ataofe had a 10-yard pick 6, and Jesse King had a 64-yard scoop and score. The defense contributing for Timpanogos. The offense was flying around 68-40. Timpanogos, that offense, we had expectations for Hillstead and company. Man, they're looking really good here in the early play of Region 8.
Yeah, they do look really good. It was good to see Andrew Hillstead get going. He's had some ups and downs to start the year, but man, when he's going, he's as good as anybody in the state. So it's fun to see him play well. One more game I want to highlight, Skyline. They just continue to win games. They get a big win over Jordan. Xavier Kochi, we're going to talk about him a little bit this week in our helmet sticker video. That's a tease is what we call that, Dane. But Xavier Kochi, my gosh, 16 of 20, 396 yards and 3 scores. He's knocking on the door of the 2,000-yard passing mark already this season. If you think that Skyline is still running the triple option and they don't throw the ball, go watch Xavier Kochi. My gosh. Yeah. He is maybe the best. I mean, statistically, he's the best quarterback in the state that nobody knows about. Xavier Kochi is one that you should go see. Don't just learn his name. Go find a way to watch the Eagles play, because he's worth the price of admission for sure.
I thought you were going to go another route, so I'm going to throw one more in here as well. Skyview Green Canyon. This is an important game for region standings, as they'd come in and both of them were undefeated in region play. Only one would remain undefeated with Ridgeline in that region, and it was Skyview. Used a 16-7 second half. Jack Clark had 3 passing touchdowns. Xander Stoke had a rushing touchdown. 30-19, Skyview gets the win over Green Canyon. And that 1-2 start out of the gate, where we were kind of wondering, Jeff, we had some guys coming back. We expected Skyview to be good early on, kind of wondered if they were going to live up to those expectations. Yeah, they're there now. And so 3-0 in region play to start for the Bobcats, who are looking awfully good.
Yeah, Skyview looks really good. Skyview's got a really big test this week against Ridgeline coming up.
Yep.
And we're going to see how the defense holds up. One thing that stood out to me in that win against Green Canyon, Skyview did a pretty good job keeping Hayden Schramm in check. Big wide receiver for Green Canyon, who puts up just crazy numbers every week. Nobody's
now,
really
remind me, does Ridgeline have a receiver?
Yeah, Ridgeline's got a pretty good guy at wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, so Hayden Schramm, very good. Graham Livingston, equally good. It's going to be tough. So can that Skyview defense take what they did against Schramm and bring that same kind of success against Graham Livingston? Nobody's been able to slow Livingston down yet this year, so we'll see how that goes. But I think certainly a lot of reason for Skyview to feel confident in what they did against Green Canyon as they head into that big game against Ridgeline.
And they'll have to make sure they know where Crew Jones is as well. I don't know if he's got a nickname, but I'm going to call him the Wrecking Crew. I'm sure people have called him that before, but he is that good. And if you're Skyview, you don't want him meeting Jack Clark on Friday. We'll see how that one goes. That'll be an important one. There you go. There's our best of 4A. We've got best of 6A, 5A, our best of rurals as well. We've got all sorts of content coming out this week. Want to thank you for joining us. If there's something we missed, hit us up in the comments, DM us, let us know, and we'll make sure to get it included next week. For Vince Francis, Jeff Hansen, my name's Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here on our best of 4A, presented by Tab Bank.